What's this creature of all people? What did you call me? You called me a what?
Called you a homosexual.
Well, speaking of putting your finger in a dike, man, I mean that makes all the sense to me. You know, if I heard anyone else say that about me, I wouldn't say anything about. I wouldn't care less. But when you say it about me,
let me tell you something. Take that Histrionic, the little Paul Simon bow tie you got on. All you are, my friend, is a wannabe. You're a wannabe Walter. Nasty Walter. Get down with Walter. All the women know about Walter.
You're Uncle Walter.
All these homos you hang around with there.
No, you may be Uncle Walter to everybody else, but I'm cousin Tom.
Sweetie,
And everyone makes fun of my voice. I mean, I'm not drunk. I just sound this way.
Listen, Tom.
Be sure to watch Dateline.
Who makes your bows and tosses your salad there, Miss Margaret?
Well, Walter, you do. I gave up being one of the Spice Girls for you.
Oh, get you. Oh, I tell you, the girls love me. I love myself. Get down, get funky with Nasty Walter.
Well, I'll tell you something. If he's a Spice Girl, he's a little bit too much nutmeg in his system, if you ask me. I mean, what is he? What is he, hint of mint spice? I mean, what is this? And stop making fun of my voice. I'm not a fag.
Yes, and he's chunky spice, but don't worry about it. It's okay, because I said that's the way I is, and that's the way I like it. I like it like that. Oh, I like it like that, baby. I like it like that. Yeah, get down, get funky, get nasty with Walter.
Well, you may say that's the way it is,
That's
but
the way it is.
but how do
That's
you?
the way it was that long.
It depends how you define what is.
It depends on the fact that you're wearing the pins, the extra leakage and sewer manure coming out of your.
Wait a minute. Why are you saying I take the pens? I'm only 45 years old. I mean, you're like you were around when the Big Bang happened.
When the Big Bang happened, it saluted and it came up and it took over, baby. That's the way it is.
You came out of the primordial
That's the way I like it. Get
ooze.
Get down, get nasty with Walter. Nasty Walter's taking over. That's the way I like it. That's the way it is. Get down, get funky with Walter.
Well, get down.
Get down, get funky with Walter.
Get down, get nasty with Walter.
I'll give you some. I'll say one thing about you. You're about the coolest guy I ever met with the name Walter, and which isn't saying a hell of a lot.
I don't think I'd let you. I won't let you, touch my grandma, and she's dead.
Oh well.
Can I say something?
No, you
They call
can't.
her Walter Concrete, if you know what I mean.
Walter Crankcase. You know, when I was a kid.
Walter Concrete, if you know what I mean.
Concrete.
You see, he, like I said, sometimes, or excuse me, she, it's kind of hard to tell if it's Linda Tripp or maybe it's Chucky Spice, but that's the way it is on this beautiful day. Dan Rather, Tom Brokaw, Peter Jennings, you don't know about what Walter can do.
Well,
Walter is still the man. Get down and get.
Well, this is Tom Brokaw.
That's the way it is, and that's the way it was.
Well, this is Tom Brokaw. Let me tell you something. When I was a little boy in diapers, well,
I love.
Breathe in. Breathe out. Can I breathe out?
This is music to relax.
Okay.
Welcome to the happy hour.
With the
After hours. After hours happy hour.
Okay. Tell me when to speak.
It's gorgeous George Bar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into chaotic stint here. This camera here. Okay. Anyway, was this camera? Yeah. Okay. All right, we have a lot of technical difficulties tonight, as we can see. A lot of problems with the audio and the visual technical difficulties out of
Don't hold
control.
my
But
hand. What the hell is it?
Tonight, we're gonna, accentuate the positives because we have a lovely guest on tonight, and we're gonna get right to her, Miss.
Hey! Woo!
Okay. We saw her on TV some time ago, me and Matt, and I said I want to get her on my show, and sure enough, she's on. She's being brave tonight, coming on. She's a virgin to my show, pretty much.
This is the practice show.
This is the practice.
Later on, we'll do a real show.
Of course. Kevin, practice makes perfect, pretty much. Okay. And,
Actually, there's no practice.
there's no practice?
There's only one chance.
One chance.
Yeah, each moment.
Okay. Well, we're in the moment right now. Yes, we're into it right now. And we want you to, of course, give us a call. Of course, you know the guidelines. You have respect. Give us respect tonight. We've got a young lady here, and that's what it boils down to. Introduce yourself to the audience. Again,
What's your name again?
One of you.
This is Sara West,
Thank
everybody.
you. Yes, Sara
And Sarah's had a show on this network before, and we're glad to welcome you back.
Thanks.
You know, I
love being here.
look too beautiful to wear shoes. I'm sorry. I mean,
Yeah.
Dude, you're just too good to
I know.
hide your eyes.
I tell you what. See, I don't drink. I mean, it's on my bloodshot. So, all right. Tonight's show is going to be about. We're going to try to meditate.
Are you
We're gonna,
stealing your shades?
Yeah, stealing them back.
well, they're his shades anyway. This is like a train going off track tonight. No direction this way. Okay.
Tell me when the show starts, George.
Well, it's already started, basically. Okay. It's already started.
All right.
There's no direction tonight, but we're going to make it direction. We're going to give it direction. We're going to give it flavor. I am Gorgeous George, ladies. That's what it boils down to. Woo! Popping through that proverbial underwear. That's what I do the best. Okay.
Hello.
But that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We want you all to understand one thing tonight, okay? The phone's ringing off the hook right now. We want you all to...
They like that comment.
They like that comment. They like
Somebody
that phrase. Someone did. Anyway, it is all about tonight, about
Might have
meditation.
scared someone.
Did I scare someone?
Anyway, it's all about meditation.
Is 5-0 after me, you think, because of that?
Fabio?
5-0?
Favo?
Hawaii 5-0? Yes.
Hawaii Favo.
Hawaii 5-0.
Yo.
Yes.
Yo, yo.
Book them, Dano.
Dude,
And but
set them free, honey.
we're going to do this right because we have a lovely guest. And Sara West, I want you to tell the audience.
That light's really bright.
Is it bright? I'm sorry. I mean,
Hello. We'll get the guy with a BB gun to shoot
yeah,
it
someone
later.
turn the light down. Okay.
Actually, I think it's a sun lamp.
All right.
Yeah.
We need to get in direction now. We need to get serious. We need to talk.
You?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Picked the wrong show for that,
I'm
pal.
gonna try to.
Okay.
So teach us the way. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
Teach us the way. Well,
Gotta close our eyes.
actually what? Tell me.
I was just looking at your book here, Sarah.
Yes?
Loving an Angel, The Golden Rose,
Yes?
A Guide to Divine Loving. Why don't you
Amen.
hold it up? It'll
Okay.
close
Okay.
up there.
That's right.
And well, tell us while we're
Tell you about this book?
Yeah,
Yes.
tell us about the book.
Well, the book is really, you really want to know?
Yes.
We want to know.
Tell me what-
Yes.
Woo! Tell me what you think.
Well, the little I read of it, it seems it's very it's a book of poems.
I don't call them that.
Do you don't call, but that's how I gathered from them.
right.
They're all
They're
about
prayers.
love and
Prayers.
prayers. Well, yeah.
Prayers for me.
And
They're
they
not
sound,
poems. They're divinely...
we need a prayer before the show.
Expressions of faith.
And
They're emanations from eternity of the truth.
yeah.
As well as parts of it is more from my human self, and then other parts are really from more of a divine realm where that whole, there's a part of us that's, expressions of a fragment. It's like you have the white light, and then you have it diversifies into a rainbow.
Yeah.
And you can be expressing the red or the green or the yellow, purple, whatever, and then you can express the integration rather than the fragmentation and the split. And the wholeness is the pure white light, or not that it's really, whether it's the dark void emptiness or the embrace and the all, the white, it's really the same thing. But,
Yeah.
duality is an expression of density of form, and when that duality comes together, and in physics, when 2 points get closer and closer and closer, the frequency gets higher and higher and higher, the more refined state you come in. That's why we meditate, that's why we pray. And also the frequency gets longer and longer and longer, so it gets stretched out into eternity, and it gets condensed into infinity by its closeness till those 2 points become one. And that's really the source of who we are. And so we meditate, we pray, and it's really a science and a technology with our nervous system, with our brain, our pineal and pituitary glands, all these things. That's why we use incense and sandalwood, because they raise the vibration of consciousness. It's actually like sandalwood and frankincense. These are the only oils that actually penetrate the blood-brain barrier in the mind, and they actually heal Alzheimer's disease and all kinds of things.
Heals cancer.
Yes, it can, but specifically brain problems, because there's nothing that they can use. There's no chemistry that will go to the brain. We can't take medicine to go into the brain, because there's a blood-brain barrier that won't allow chemistry to go into the brain. So, but fragrances can, and sandalwood is very high, and it's also, and it stimulates the pituitary and pineal gland, which are the third eye and the crown chakra glands. People from India that meditate a lot, their pituitary and pineal glands are very large. And they have much higher sixth sensibility and higher intuitiveness, higher heart sense. Blending the heart and the mind, not just being mental all the time or just emotional, but a balance, and yet a high level of expansive awareness and consciousness. And so we use these techniques like prayer, meditation, breathing, stillness, even just being in the presence of someone that has that awareness helps us learn to be like that. It's like just without even thinking, being in the presence of someone that has whatever level of that consciousness in them, we learn from that. The body gets it immediately and can learn from that awareness without even saying anything, much less learning breathing techniques and meditation and how to focus our mind and bring in more prayer and peace.
There's different levels, pretty much.
Absolutely, like everything, and it's ever increasing level of growth. You never cap out anywhere. We don't. We're constantly growing. We have to.
Is it safe to say that you have a gift of intuition? You know, and you can pick up, basically. Yeah, I mean, you're very
that
intuitive.
seems obvious to me. Like we all do, and yet all
Some
my
do
life.
at different levels.
Right. There you go.
Some do that we don't. I mean, some people don't even know that they can do or have a gift to know. Whether it be psychic ability, whether it be any ability to know stuff, and whether it be an ability of inner peace, I guess.
Right.
So.
And yet, that's always there. It's just not everyone taps into it. It's like some people are really into certain things rather than expanding.
Right.
The deepest thing that we can do is contact our eternal nature, our eternal self and essence. And then from there, like say we're really into football, then from there you express, you don't have to just be like all, your spirituality is expressed in whatever you move to do. Maybe you're a great computer geek, maybe you're a great parent, anything, there's nothing that's not
clown maybe, or cut up.
Yeah, there we go.
Humor is God. I mean, that you have to really let go and flow.
So you don't like the Ric Flair motif that I do? Go, woo!
Woo!
You don't like that?
I don't like what?
The woo!
That's exactly when you did that. I freaked out because I teach people to do that.
Do you really?
Because your voice is so critical to your throat chakra, and your speaking really expresses, and you can really actually create a great sense of freedom by using your voice.
Right.
And he's got it.
We have the gift of the gab.
But not only talking, but also sounds. Like to do that, I tell you, George, not everybody can do that. Some people.
That's why you have your own show, pal.
Orgasmic feelings of delight. Balls bouncing left and right that we cannot see, but we want to see.
And we are that.
Yes.
Well, tell us.
I'm now understanding. I'm now understanding what this is all about. I'm getting the vibe. I'm getting the vibe.
Tell us about.
Don't you scare me.
George, how enlightened you really are.
Yeah.
Tell us about George's chakras.
Chakras?
Is that how you pronounce them?
Chakra?
My chakras?
How do you pronounce
I like that.
My chakras?
Chakra, baby.
I sound like Regis Phil in here. No.
Let's get into.
There's 7 of them.
I'm not talking about his chakras, honey.
There's 7 of them.
I don't know about his those.
Okay.
He's got a lovely bunch of chakras.
I've got a nice life. And of course, but I don't have any dingleberries.
We're having a theme show, like if you remember on the Merv Griffin show.
We're getting all basic.
We are getting our picks.
Are we getting like pre-education, we're just like,
Well, every night when I come over, there's an education. I mean, people get educated.
So we're learning about
So like
chakras.
the remedial reading class right now. So.
Yes, exactly. But of course, we're also learning from you too.
Oh, right.
We're learning.
Yeah.
We're learning. We're trying to. We're trying to.
Hope you people out there taking notes. Very
Exactly.
fine lady here telling us all about.
We're learning from
Takes
that too,
one to
basically.
know
Yeah.
one.
Now let me ask you this: do you have any psychic ability?
That's
what I
what you
wanted,
really
yeah.
want to know.
Basically.
Okay.
But we've had psychics on the
Well, I
show
know we've
before.
had
But
psychics.
how do you
Okay.
how do you
How do
change?
you-
How do you differ from that?
I believe that
Tell
we
us.
do have. We all have some ability. Some are great, some are small. Like we've been there before, we've experienced something, and it's happened again, and we know it was going to happen. Some of us are gifted. Maybe it's the 7th sense. I don't know, the 8th sense, maybe whatever, the 6th
The
sense.
26,
Okay.
27.
But what I'm saying is, but you believe that too, I think. And do you think that you have some ability within, some-
Okay, so you want my little spiel on
Well,
that.
give us your stick or your spiel.
My spiel.
Your spiel.
All right, this is my spiel. Basically, we are all divine beings, and we're not even being. We're consciousness, and there's a oneness. That our consciousness leads back to the oneness where, I'm you, you're me. There is only one of us here, everywhere. Whether it's Venus or Zeus, Mars, galaxy number gazillion. The chair, that's kind of far out for some people, but really, when you get into a state of enlightenment, whatever that means, and there are different levels of that, you realize that there is no other. There is no you. You are, I am. It's the same.
We are baby.
Yo, baby, it's
Baby,
all
we
in.
are.
Well, I won't go that far. No.
We're all in this together. pal.
Wow, come on now. Make me cry on
Okay.
TV now. Come on now.
Cry. That's fine. We love that. We pay people a lot of money to cry, honey. So anyway, the point of saying all that is that psychic ability, I don't even use that word because it's a real, people sometimes think that it's the devil, and then other people are addicted to
Well,
it.
you even said that was the devil tonight.
I was joking.
Yeah, well, no, I
honey.
know
And
you-
we're all everything, so.
Yeah, I'm Lucifer. Yes.
We gave you the
Let's not go there.
Yeah.
So, Lucifer means light bearer.
Does it?
So, yeah, Lucifer, light bearer.
I thought it was, well, I'm not going to say that, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so anyway, let me say, for those of you who have an interest in this, that truly we're all intuitive and we use those skills every moment. It's like when I meet someone, do I like them or no? A little weird vibe or I like the vibe, I resonate.
Well, I know you thought I was weird first when you met me,
I
basically.
don't resonate.
I hate
No, now you are.
And so our intuitive psychic ability is natural, natural, and we use it every day, every second of our lives. We make a schedule. I intuit whether I can whether make a date for a certain time at 7 or 5 or 4. Scheduling our
And don't you just hate
lives.
when your date's late?
I
tell
wasn't
you
talking
what.
about that
Oh,
kind of
okay.
date, but I
I'm
knew
sorry.
as soon as I said
In
that.
other words,
Go there.
there's no waste of time.
There's a certain
So yeah, how can we get away from that? So, first of all, we can cultivate, quote unquote, our psychic, intuitive
I like that, cultivate.
nature. We can nourish it and help it grow and develop it. And it is very practical. There are practices, these meditation practices, as well as, if I sit down with you and I send you a mental image, I tell you 60% you could get the image that I send you. And we could even do a little practice, but
Make tables move?
yes, we can do that.
Really?
We can
Oh, baby.
levitate.
Wow.
We can levitate.
Levitate, ah.
I've done that.
Oh, man.
I've walked on fire. I never believed it until I did it, and I
Did ya?
don't expect anybody to believe me until they do it. Unless you say, but it's extraordinary what our
How about
consciousness
walking on thin air,
does.
basically, walking on thin air with...
Levitating.
Yeah.
You
Right.
walk the hot cold.
Well, I don't know that there are any people. These lights are so harsh.
These lights,
Thing.
big lights, big okay,
So-
everybody's disappearing on us now. What's
Yeah,
going on here?
so-
That's all right, just put them in just me and her, that's all right. It's fine. I'm sorry. Well,
So
these lights are bad, I know.
The point is
sorry.
that it's just that other part of me commenting, the human self that wants the image of the television to be perfect, and here we are on cable.
I know.
38 is kind of cheesy.
Yeah, cheesy.
Nice, really
Exactly.
nice setup here. Anyway,
It's like the inside. It's like the other end of a tunnel earlier. Now we're a little closer.
That's good.
Yeah.
We're closer.
But we're trying to make it, even though we improvise and make it the best way we can, positive all the way through. Now,
So what do you think the viewers really want to hear about?
well, the viewers
want to hear whatever you have to say to them.
we can put the camera right on you, and
No, I like all
and
three
you don't
of
have to say a word, and then the viewers
We
can
give-
pretty much enjoy that. Yeah.
That's all right.
Okay.
We give the people what they want. What
That's
they
right.
want is
Exactly, but
you have
tonight
to
we
say.
are talking to you about. Okay, we know about the calls, but I got like a little hesitation.
Do you
about
want to
it.
take a call?
I do want to do that
Let's
in a
do
moment.
that.
I do want to
Okay,
do that in a
you wanna
moment
wait?
because we do have some of these people that like to heckle me. And
Oh,
we got to put it on
We
check.
can handle those.
they're not going to say anything bad to this.
No, well, I don't. They
I
better.
like taking calls.
I love it.
Because even the challenging ones, there's always a gift there.
Yes,
There's a
always
gift
is.
for
Let me-
Don't tempt these people. they won't rise to the occasion.
Out. Okay, I want to talk to you some more. Then we'll take some more calls. Anyway, so basically, yeah. So you do believe that we do have some ability. Everybody has ability, but it's
Yes.
according to what kind of way we can use
Yes,
the
I mean,
ability.
it's
basically.
natural. Like, I
It's
can
natural.
look at a photograph and
Right.
tell you about that person.
Right.
I don't have to know anything about them. I can tell you, but I don't really talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do healing work with people, and I do
Okay.
counseling, and I
Heal
can,
thyself.
Yes.
Now, people. Do you think that
but
people
healing,
can heal?
Healing comes through the presence of love. It's also science and
Right.
technology. It's an awareness. There's all kinds of people doing healing work in different modalities and
Right.
different ways. Some people I wouldn't go near, and other people have helped me. You know?
Let me ask you this: as far as the expression "heal thyself,"
Yes.
now, do you think that basically people can, if people are heavily depressed, a lot of people that are magnet depressants, people that are totally depressed, people that
That's the lack of connection with their God self.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Period.
Um,
Period.
yeah.
That's why I help
mean
people
you're saying
like
people
that.
get sick?
They get depressed. All problems, whether it's financial, physical, emotional, everything.
It's like
is
emotional
a-
roller coaster. Like one time,
Right,
one
but
time
they're
they feel
not
great.
connected to their core, essential, real self. It's like a plug that's sort of half unplugged.
It's like
or
a
gets
drunk.
plugged in and out.
It's like a drunk that drinks all
No, listen.
Okay.
Listen. When you have anything that isn't full of life, it's like having a plug, electrical plug to some kind of anything, a light, a computer.
Right.
It won't function until it's plugged in to the socket. And the cord is working in a clean connection, and the other end has a connection to the source of electricity,
Right.
And if it's halfway, it might short circuit, or if it's something weird connection, it'll short circuit and it'll blow
Right.
out. It's the same thing. It's like we need to be fully plugged in, like 2 feet into the ground, plugged in, connected to the source.
Right.
In order to function fully with the stream of electrical magnetic energy
Right.
moving through and clearing and cleansing. We do not generate energy on our own. It's like, computer on battery. You can generate it up and you get the battery going. And then, 6 hours later, 2 hours later, it's gone. You
Yeah.
cannot revive the thing until
Right.
you plug it back in and recharge the battery.
Right.
It's the same thing. It's why we meditate. It's why we teach a certain way.
Yeah.
Certain types of spiritual stuff will not recharge you.
Right.
It might recharge you a little bit, but it will not tap you into the tremendous
That would explain.
source that is within.
Right.
And it is only within. It's not in, I don't get it from you. You don't get it from me. And yet I can be a reflection.
Okay.
You can be a reflection. Your light can remind me and I can meet you there. I can see you and I can either be jealous because I don't want to face what I need to face in order to get back to the truth of who I am, because many people do that. They see somebody of light and they want to knock them down because
Right.
they have not given themselves.
They want to be with that spot.
No, listen. They have not given themselves permission to be what they see.
Right.
So they'll tear down because they have teared down themselves. We do to others what we do ourselves. We uplift others because we uplift ourselves.
Right.
We tear this down because we tear ourselves down. It's
Right.
a mirror.
I see.
Everything, people that criticize harshly, they do that to themselves. That's why it's great to have compassion for people that behave that way. Or when we're doing that, oh God, I'm being so critical and hateful of this person that I have such a challenging
'Cause it happens
time
to them
with.
too.
Because that's it. And to have compassion for their human limitations. It doesn't mean to put up with it It doesn't mean to say it's okay. It means I understand and I'll change
Right.
by lovingly not judging
Right.
myself.
You know, it's so easy to be a critic. It's hard to be
it is.
positive.
That's
And
right.
let me tell you what the famous quote is: "They've never built a statue to a critic."
Yeah, there are a lot of good things you're saying.
That is so cool.
Where I was getting at,
Ooh.
I was talking
God,
about.
I can use that one.
I was talking about someone who has, who is depressed constantly, and they use a crutch
I help
as
people.
far as drinking. People go out there
They
and
use
then
all
drink.
kinds of- people
They'll go out there
meditate as a
using drugs,
crutch.
but
It does not help.
and
It's
that
not
causes
helpful.
that causes more depression. Some of
Right.
the spiritual stuff, some of the meditation is like an intermediate thing that obviously is makes a person
meditation,
better.
people
Basically,
use meditation as a crutch, like a drug.
Right, but it's
to
like
avoid their reality
It's
as
like a
well.
roller coaster.
So anything can be used as a crutch or a tool. Anything. Even alcohol
It's
can
like,
be used as a tool.
but it's like a roller coaster.
Not that I would recommend it
Right.
because I don't believe in stuff like that, but
what I'm saying is it's like a roller coaster going up and down, basically.
are you like that?
Well, sometimes, but I try to. I'm getting better.
I'm a man of no vices.
But, no, well, I mean, we all have vices. We all have vices, but
Well,
but we all
maybe
improve.
maybe one.
Maybe two. But anyway. Okay.
All right, I'll
He
give
used
you
to be
that
on
one.
the show.
We had the guy has been on the show before too. He's
He's
funny.
awesome.
He's funny as hell. I'll tell
Just
you.
photograph him laughing.
That's right.
We're gonna digitally enhance him 100 times. It looks like we have a live audience
He's
here.
fun.
Anyway, so there are different
Gotta be
ways that
different.
people go through their tribulations. People
Yeah.
believe in prayer, and
Prayer
people-
is so powerful. Do you know that?
it is.
Do you know?
I
And you
believe
don't
it is.
have to believe in a religion to pray.
Right.
Because prayer can just be simply, I let go. I let go and I'm balanced. I allow balance.
Right.
Even if you're going bananas or you're
Right.
really depressed, you just declare the truth. I am whole. I am happy. I am peace. I am balance. I'm
Right.
harmony.
Let me ask you.
And it's so simple. You
Right.
don't have to be like God and
Right.
Lord because it's not about that.
Right.
Unless that's your language and that's what your heart aligns with.
Right.
But it's, Christ said, I and my Father and Mother are one.
Right.
So it's through that I am statements, the language of truth, the language of consciousness, the language of the I am, the declaration,
Right.
that it is law. The word is law. What we say, we have to be so
What you say is very
careful
powerful.
What
What you
we
say is very powerful.
And how
It's
we
like a-
say it and what we feel
It's like a sword,
when we say.
basically.
You know, Gandhi
It's a
said,
declaration of manifestation. It's
Yeah.
like saying, open sesame. Open sesame and it opens.
Yeah.
Our words create our world.
Gandhi said there's as many religions as there are people.
That's indeed.
Yes. So
He's good.
So there's it's what you find within yourself that
Can we get a zoom
makes
in?
you a better
All
person.
this- okay.
Yeah.
No, I like looking at her.
I do too.
I
I
look at
do
me
too.
too.
I do
I
too.
like looking at him.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, baby.
But anyway,
They're gonna be like,
I've got a
"Oh,
lot.
I like Peter, Paul, and Mary here. Right?
Okay.
Let's just,
Let's sing a song.
I've got a lot to say. I want to get it out. Okay, so let me. All right, so basically, what I was saying, so heal thyself, basically, as far as a person healing
take a deep
themselves,
breath as you're speaking.
healing thyself.
Take a deep breath. Not like that.
But do you think that it's best to get out of this depressed mode working with somebody, or do you think that somebody who has enough power within themselves?
Well, we all
They
need
can-
help.
okay.
We all need help.
Right.
We do, because if we didn't need help, we wouldn't be there, right?
Yeah.
We wouldn't be there. But even if somebody's watching,
Right.
or maybe they're not even watching, all that's required is the request and the demand. And I
Right.
mean demand in the purest, most wondrous sense.
So-
A demand. And demand means to call forth, to speak. Demande in Latin.
Right.
To
That's
speak.
right.
So, to mandate, or actually from your hand, or I don't remember the Latin. Anyway, wait.
I can't talk here.
Whose show is it? Yours or his?
No, but you asked a question. I have to finish it.
Okay.
So to speak, if you're in depression, and I
Okay.
have been there, I know that ride, and I
Depression,
don't go
yeah.
on it anymore.
Right.
And I could. That's another story, but I know what it's like to come out of there, and I know what helps. And I help people tremendously by the healing work that I do, the body work that I do, and the meditation teaching that I do, and my music and my books. All these things help. It helps the consciousness align with the truth. The reason why I do this is it came to save my own life. This presence, this consciousness, this awareness. Not that I didn't have it before, but I hadn't really integrated it into my third dimensional existence. You know, this, you know, brought, you know, downloaded it all the way, landed it into my toes. It was in my inner being and in how I lived and moved. And I've never believed in this existence. I never believed I was from Virginia. I couldn't even tell people my name since I was a little girl because I just thought they were just clueless. It's like, I am not my name and I am not where I'm from. I'm not
You're an angel from
Virginia.
above, yes.
Well,
angel from above coming down, trying
I
to bless
always thought
us.
everybody was.
Yeah.
But people say that not everybody's from where I'm from.
Well,
But
I mean-
see, we're all from the one place.
Right.
But not everyone is in the journey to remember that. Some people are in the journey to be in something else.
Right.
Whereas, so that's fine, but I still don't get it. You know, I still think everybody's where I'm from. So I'm a little in denial there.
Yeah.
But, and I was like, you know, I'm not from this earth. I'm from, you know, and finally I was like 6 or 7 and I started to tell people I was from planet Xenon. And I just came out of nowhere. And then I find out, you know, in college that Xenon is actually an element. It's a new element on the periodic
The one that
table.
begins with an X.
Yeah.
Well,
I told my sister when I was a kid that I was a robot that replaced that was from outer space and replaced like the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and she just looked at me and says, "Yeah, that
makes sense.
That makes sense now. I understand everything."
there you go.
Is she still saying that?
Nah.
There you go.
She
So anyway,
outgrew that.
to put a final cap on this one question, because I have a lot of more questions here. So basically, even a strong-willed person can say to you, basically, well, I'll be okay. Let me get through it. You think best? I mean, you know, it's best to work together with that person or help that person.
No, they can do it themselves.
No.
They can, if they are.
Because depression is a heavy
But see,
thing.
depression needs help.
Yeah.
It does, and I don't believe you can do it alone. You can, and at the same time, we're not meant to do it alone. And part of the sorrow of depression and the root of depression is the sense of aloneness.
Yeah.
And that
That's true.
aloneness can only be rectified by the connection within oneself to the divine presence within, not to like get in with somebody, because you will never get with anyone until you get with yourself, until you get within. And then you have something to offer, then you have love and the truth, eternal presence.
Love,
because relationship is about bringing God and God together.
love is a heavy power. Love itself, I mean, I know,
true love, pure love,
But,
which
I mean,
is
but-
different from human
I
love.
know that, thanks. He was like, give me a signal.
Oh.
Love is something that heals. Love,
True,
True, pure
love's
love,
a healer.
unconditional love.
Yeah.
Which is different from like
It's what your
giving-
mom and dad gives you.
Yeah.
Maybe, if they have given it to themselves.
Yeah.
But yes, motherhood is
And
probably
love for thyself,
one
too,
of
is
the.
strong, too.
It's very important
Love
to love
thyself
ourselves
is I can tell you
in a
that.
deep and pure, abiding way.
It's definitely a
and then
positive,
you can give that to another.
definitely a positive thing that heals
I
also.
think one of the greatest things you can do is serve someone or something unconditionally. Like go volunteer.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, excuse me, don't tell me you don't have time. Because
Right.
you do.
Let me ask-
You waste so much time. Give to someone where you're not trying to get something back.
You
Let me
give
ask
up
you
a half hour of television a week. You can still watch half this show.
Yeah.
Let
And volunteer.
me ask you this now. You've probably been asked this before. An entity above.
What?
An entity above, a spirit being above. Do you believe in a God, or do you believe in just the entity, just the being on this earth, being as one and just living it? I mean, what's your version?
Okay,
of
you're
I'm not
asking
sure.
me if there's a God up in a cloud with a white beard.
Well, I'm asking you if you
That
believe.
is a tough question
Okay.
because there's many ways to answer it. I mean, you know, to
I've got
tell
my
you-
opinion, but I want to hear your
yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you do. Everybody does,
Yeah.
and yet we all question our opinion as well. And there are many opinions within ourselves,
Right.
depending on which level, which frequency we ask ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I ask my human self, I'll have an answer, and I ask something more.
I like your ring.
Thank you.
Yeah.
More higher, and higher not in the sense of hierarchy, but there is more refined presence and awareness.
Right.
It's more, you know, whatever. And that's more complicated things to describe. But, you know, there's some people who believe in angels and lords and masters and
Angels,
all the beings that have ever died
Are you
and
an angel?
lived that are in heaven and in a higher place. Heaven is actually not a place, it's a vibration of existence. It's right here, right now. There's no time. I mean, it's all beyond our consciousness. I mean, come on. How can we conceive of how this whole cosmos began? How can we conceive
Bang.
of where it ends? I mean,
The Big Crunch.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. We think, oh, the end of the universe, and it just makes no sense. So all this stuff is like mind-boggling.
Well, it's very mind-boggling.
It's so freaky that we can't even barely go there because we just go on, you know, overload and the computer crashes.
I know, it's just
all
too
this
much.
stuff.
It's just too much, baby. So,
I'm
I haven't answered your question yet. And so there is a sense of there being a Lord. There's a Lord God of our own being, the Christus within, the perfection, the wholeness, the grace, the purity.
What's the noise in the back?
Can you shut that door?
What's the noise in the back? What's all that noise
Can
in the
you
back?
shut the door?
I think someone's watching another show.
Okay.
So that is
Watch
within.
this show.
And in fact, you know, there are people that say they remember lifetimes ago, but in fact, anyone can tune in and tap into the life of anyone that has ever lived. You can hypnotize 3 people and take them back to the life of the same person, and they can tell the story, the same
Right.
story.
But now-
It's extraordinary.
Right. I was told, though, you can't really hypnotise someone against their will.
I know,
No.
it's all self-hypnosis.
Okay.
All hypnosis
Right.
is
You have to want to be
Self-will
hypnotized.
based.
You have to,
Because if you
just
don't want to,
like
you can't.
everything,
Yeah.
just
But a
like
person being
you
hypnotized
have
then.
to want to have your car crashed into. It cannot happen
Well,
without your agreement.
I disagree with that.
Well-
you
that's just my.
cannot.
Well, you want to know something? We were talking about this
You
earlier.
have to
One
have
thing-
a
okay.
receptive.
I was
thing
concerned.
to-
I was
it needs
concerned.
itself.
But
I
if
was,
you
I
do
was
know you're going to
concerned.
get in a car crash, I wouldn't get in a car that day.
I was concerned about it because
You
just,
can make it shift in a moment.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was concerned about it because, like I said, I just got the car in June, and you know, it's brand.
If
You know,
I talked with you
concerned.
about an hour, I guarantee you that I could help you realize why that happened.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's like we're responsible for everything in our lives. That is tough to own.
But
it's tough. I'm not
that
saying
was freakish what happened. I mean,
it doesn't
it was an
matter.
accident, but,
You
you know.
create everything in your life.
Well, actually,
Everything
I like
in your
that
life.
theory. I mean,
I-
I
And
like
it's
that
the
idea.
only way.
Because I like the
it's
idea.
only way that you will gain power and really achieve.
But something
all-
happened. Something's happened by fluke. So something's happened.
Don't
I
by,
was struck by
interrupt
lightning
me.
once.
Okay.
I was saying something very important. Receive it and then speak. And I'm not trying to be that.
I know.
That
But I'm not trying to interrupt you, but I'm just
yes,
saying.
you were. You are interrupting, and I interrupt too. So I like to be interrupted.
Right.
And at the same time, I wanted to finish what I
Okay,
was saying.
well,
I don't
go
even know
ahead.
what it was.
Okay.
But that we are responsible for everything in our lives. And I'm not saying that to say that I've completely owned that, but I tell you when I do and when I have achieved great things in my life. You can only achieve the victory, the success, the love, the passion, the fulfillment in your life, the fullness in your life by taking complete responsibility for this moment.
Self-determination.
Well, I agree but disagree. I agree to what
No.
I agree to what you're saying.
You only will disagree to the degree that you allow yourself.
Yeah, I agree to what you're saying as far as the sense of having control over what you do, having
Everything
control
is
over
connected.
what
You
you
have
do.
control over what happens
But-
to you, dear. You have control over what
But-
happens to you.
Okay.
I
But
agree.
I disagree, Luke, because I think things do come about out of your control. Some things happen out of your control.
Why are some things different than other things?
Well, I mean, it's like, you know, what
Get out of
other
the way.
people do.
But you
I
might
have-
be
I have
out
no
of control on a certain level, but
I
you
have no
have
control
of your
of
behavior.
what other people do.
But if you were really conscious, you would have known to pull back in that car and not drive so close. You may have not.
I was stopped.
You may have not stopped there.
You should've.
You may have stopped 10 feet before if you were more tuned
a little
in
ESP, or-
to the awareness of things.
ESP.
You are so much on a high rev,
Yeah.
like you're in fifth gear or first gear or whatever the analogy is.
Right.
And you need to learn to shift gears into modes, center yourself.
Right.
You're brilliant. You have so much energy, and we all are brilliant, and it's really managing our energy. It's like we have a office manager,
Right.
but like where in the hell, heaven,
Yeah.
do we learn to
What does he
manage
know?
our own energy?
Yeah. Well-
And people that artist types, people with lots of energy, need to learn these things, or they burn out and die, go crazy, or get very sick, get alcoholics. These types of
Jackson
things.
Pollock. Yeah.
Right. Because
Manic depressive.
I mean, because like I said, I mean, we're all subject to things that happen. We do have some control, but some things that happen. I mean, like I said, I had a complete stop. She was drunk off her yin yang.
It doesn't matter.
But anyway, let's take a call. You're on the
Take a
air.
call.
You're on the air right now. Let's take a call.
Talk to Sarah.
Talk.
Hello,
ahead.
everybody.
Have him-
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
Hi, Pally.
What's your name?
Even you couldn't get laid by that?
Oh!
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna say
What
one
did he
thing.
say?
I'm gonna say one thing to that. First of all, you got to use better intuition back there on these phone calls.
Yeah.
Second of all,
Okay.
guy waited 20
hold on
minutes
a
to say
second.
that.
Hold on a second. Second of all, you can take it up the ass, buddy. Okay.
No,
He's a
don't
simple-
say that.
Take it up the
That's
ass
not nice.
with your
You're just-
passises,
you're- shh.
gerbil, dildo. Thank you very much.
You're
All right.
just
The simple man.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm
You're-
sorry.
he's-
He's
I'm
the
sorry.
simplest of them all, the guy that
Forgive
just called.
him.
We need to
yourself.
monitor these calls better.
But
Period.
see, that's not helping. You
Okay,
need to
I'm
be
sorry.
able to like
I'm
deal
sorry.
with even those calls.
I'm sorry. I mean, okay.
Is it
That's how he
really-
deals with them.
Any more calls?
Let's take another one.
Line
But
two.
see,
Okay.
are you really mad, or are you just kind of having fun? Does it
I'm
really make
I'm
you
just,
mad?
I mean, I've got
Hey.
someone, I got you one tonight.
It's okay.
I've got you
I'm
one
not
tonight, and
offended.
I mean, with this caller ID back there is busted. They need to fix the caller ID, but okay, go ahead.
Hi,
Talk to
pal.
us. You're on the air.
Hello?
You're on the air.
Hello, Miss West.
Indeed. Hi.
Hi, this is Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
I've been going through a lot of stress in my life lately, and I've been studying all kinds of religions.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering, is this a good stress release, and it's a good idea to, get into a different religion? I know this isn't a religion per se, but
Oh, put up the Inner Peace Foundation information for me, by the way,
well,
underneath the.
I just have like a lot of
Uh-huh.
non-positive things happen in my life,
Right.
and I know y'all are talking about meditation.
What religion are you? What church? Do you go to a church, or do you just come from one, or?
No, I don't have a denomination as such, but
Uh-huh. So you're wanting to know how you can incorporate some things in your life to help you be more positive and balanced and have more energy and feel better about yourself.
uh-huh.
Well, there are some great churches in town that I can recommend. To me, a church is not just a place that is this old way of doing things that we think of, like the Catholic Church, although there's some things about the Catholic Church that I really love. To me, like I like the Richmond Spiritual Mind Center of Richmond. That name might not sound very, interesting, but it's a wonderful center. The ministers are really heart-centered, and they're real fun and cool, and they really help people. It's a beautiful service at 10:30 every Sunday mornings. Also, there's a Unity Church over on near Bird Park?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a,
Latin.
cathedral.
It's Unity Church and the Richmond Science of Mind. You can also call the number that's on the screen at the Inner Peace Foundation where I am, and I'll give you any kind of information. I teach classes in meditation. I also do individual consultations with people, as well as my classes. I have albums and books that help, and I'm not trying to just sell something. It's really my heart and my soul, what I do. I really know that this helps people. It helps me. And it's not about trying to take people from maybe their own practice, their religion. You can be in whatever you are and do these things too, because all of these practices are the core of all religions. All religions, really, unfortunately, they've been tainted by a lot of human control, people wanting to limit people and control and corral people, in my humble opinion. So it's really nice to, meditate. We could even do a meditation. Well, the show's almost over, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Do a
Breathing
30-second
techniques.
one.
You're welcome to call and leave your name and number, your address.
Is it okay if I say something?
Yeah.
I was trying to say, these two guys are crazy, and it's a good show. Me and my buddies at college watched it a lot.
Oh, really?
And I have a younger sister. She watches it, and she thinks that blonde hair guy, he's not on here today, but she's got a big crush on him.
Oh.
Cute.
Yeah.
Which one is this now?
Not you.
Yeah, my sister Suzanne, she goes to VCU, thinks There's a guy named Matt or something with blonde hair on the show. Or something.
Yeah, he is cute.
He's adorable.
Everybody's cute.
Okay, thanks a lot.
I won't go as far
Okay,
as
so
saying that, but I mean, that's cool.
Patrick, even though you've hung up,
Yeah, and actually, I was kind of wondering how you got involved with these guys because they do kind of a Howard Stern, type of funny show. It's kind of cool to.
Howard Stern learns from us.
do you like the blend here?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah.
Oh, great.
I think a lot. I know you guys have to.
Thank you very
so
much. All I'm trying to do tonight.
I want to comment more on what he said, but go
Yeah,
ahead.
let's see.
All I'm trying to do tonight is get some variety for the show, blend in some people for the show, and we still get these diarrhea people to call up here.
Don't criticize them. You're perpetuating it. You wonder, George, you wonder why you get calls on like the other guy that judged you or said something jerk. Wait, because you give it back. It's in you.
I'm giving it back because you're racist.
No, but see, it's the same.
These people need to have respect for you and have respect for the show.
I don't need them to have respect for me.
Because these diarrhea people
You
call here
have to
no...
find respect for yourself.
I've got respect for myself.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Then you wouldn't yell at them.
Well, I do
You don't
because
need
I
to
love,
give it back to them.
because this show...
Because you like it. Then that's why they call on so you can give it back.
No, this show is my livelihood. This show is my love.
Woo!
Okay?
It's bread and butter.
And I don't take kindly to people calling up
You
here.
can't help that. You put yourself out on
It
the
would be
public.
nice if Mr. Adams can fix this caller ID thing in here, and we wouldn't have to go through this.
Well,
I'm
let's
sorry.
not,
Okay.
John Quincy
Okay,
Adams. he's
But
called.
anyway,
I'm sorry.
Patrick, I want to talk
Sixth
to Patrick.
president.
Can I talk to Patrick?
Yeah, you can
So Patrick and everybody out there, really, what that we're talking about here, and what I guess I love talking about, and being and sharing, and growing into more of it myself, as well as being that wholeness already, is. And I do recommend the Spiritual Mind Center. Also, you can call Inner Peace 754-0447 and check the website. Write a note to me on the website too. Innerpeace.now@usa.com. But anyway, that it's so important, even in breathing, even just sitting right now, your feet flat on the floor instead of crossed, sitting up with your spine elongated. Actually, the longer you are and the more lengthened you are, the more you can actually have proper energy flowing through your body. Say you're depressed or sad, change your posture, lift up, put both feet flat on the ground. Relax the shoulders if you need to, tense first, and then let go. Tense all your muscles and then let go. And you can do that a couple times and you'll relax. And then also you can take a deep breath in through your nose. And then hold the breath for a couple minutes, lift the chest open for lots of air to fill. Hold the breath, hold the breath. And then lift it off and then open and relax the breath, exhaling through the mouth or the nose. All the way out. Press all the air out. All the air out. Down to the feet. Feel your feet flat on the floor. Feel your whole body like one big breathing.
Okay.
And then breathing in again.
Okay. That's good. I'll blow some birthday candles out. Okay.
It's like a fragrance of a rose that we breathe in and out, the fragrance
No more calls.
of perfection, of light that we are. And that we really, turn our own light on by that connection, by that inner source,
Right.
and then speak, then respond rather than react.
Yeah. Well, I'm Italian. What can I say?
That's okay.
Okay,
You can
I'm
be
Italian.
lively and connected.
Yeah. Well, I try. What can I say?
No, it's not about trying. It's about
It
doing.
just
If I try and
is.
move my foot, I never move it. But
Right.
when I do move my foot, it moves.
Okay.
I'm gonna do
Well,
this.
if you want to move your foot and
tomorrow.
kick me, that's okay. Go ahead and do it.
They're gonna love it, but
What?
I'll be a better person for it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it at work.
Look at you, just sparkling, guys.
Yeah,
Like,
You guys look good.
like sparkling wine. Yes.
yeah.
I
Like
was
Asti
gonna say
Spermonti.
wine.
I'm Asti, he's Spermonti. He's the Italian guy.
The fat man Orson Welles before he croaked. We never sell wine before it's time. And then he,
Paul
croaked,
Masson.
and then he croaked and had a heart attack.
Yeah.
I'll tell
He
you.
lived to be 70.
Did he?
Guy is over 300 pounds. I think he did pretty
Big
good.
as a whale. Like
Yeah.
310 pounds.
Isn't that great that guy called and said how they love watching your show?
Yeah.
And that his sister watches it and she loves it?
Yeah.
And
That's
she
cool.
thinks one of you guys is cute?
Oh,
Isn't
yeah.
that nice? Now look what you got.
I'm glad a
Look
woman
at that
talks.
good. You didn't even comment on
Well,
that.
but see,
did he?
yeah,
Did
okay.
he comment? No.
I-
He was commenting.
Always,
I was waiting to get a
always
word
do
in.
the
So what do
positives.
we focus on?
Always
What
focus
do
the
we
positives.
focus on? Do we
Always.
focus on the good
Yeah.
or the negative?
Accentuate
you know, it's like
the
one
positive.
negative. I do
Positives
that
and
too
whatnot.
sometimes.
Well,
One
it was-
negative thing, and I'm like, go bananas. Keep
It was,
talking.
it was a positive load to have you on tonight, and I'd like to have you back on. You know, I'm sorry about the little shake-up earlier with the.
I was fine with it.
You're our second favorite guest. You might be our favorite guest, but if we said you
My
were our
first
favorite
guest.
guest,
My first
you
guest.
you'd rest on your laurels and not work hard anymore.
That's
so.
not true. That's a bit
No, you know.
Let's face, ladies and gentlemen, she is a gorgeous woman. I mean, she's absolutely gorgeous. Model T, Miss Gorgeous George beauty pageant right here.
Send money.
We'll get it on here.
Let's cancel the pageant and.
It is
just
time.
send money.
We got 1 minute left in the show.
30 seconds.
All right, it's time once again for Gorgeous George to do that proverbial popping. You know what I'm talking about? Till next week, same back time, same back channel. Boom! Boom!
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, people. Love it.
I'm sorry about all that.